State tax agencies operate on a delay almost everywhere. The day you form the LLC, no letter arrives. 12 months later, or 18 or 24, you discover that something you were supposed to register for has been quietly accumulating penalties the whole time. Module 5 is the work of getting on the agency list correctly and first, in an order that does not surprise you. This unit is the state layer, and the state layer breaks into 3 accounts with one short decision tree that picks among them. The reason this matters is timing, not difficulty. The forms themselves are short. The portals work. What goes wrong is sequence. Coaches finish entity formation, breathe a sigh of relief, and treat the Secretary of State filing as if the state government is now aware of them in every way. The Department of Revenue is a separate part of state government from the Secretary of State. The two agencies do not share data the way you would assume. Registering with one does not register you with the other. 3 account types cover the state layer, and most solo coaches need exactly one of them. State income tax registration is the common one. Almost every income tax state expects it. State withholding and state unemployment insurance are the other two, and both of those are bound to having someone other than you on payroll. The decision between needing one account, 2, or all 3 comes down to 2 facts about your situation: what state you operate in, and whether anyone receives a W-2 paycheck from your business. State income tax registration is its own filing on its own portal at its own agency. The pattern most states follow: you go to the Department of Revenue or whatever the equivalent agency is named in your state, you create a business account, you receive a business account number, and that account number is what your state return files against every April. A handful of states piggyback off the Secretary of State formation and create the DOOR account automatically. Most do not. Check yours by searching the agency name plus business registration before you assume it was handled. 9 states have no individual income tax, and that changes the registration story but does not erase it. Alaska, Florida, Nevada, New Hampshire on interest and dividends only. South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Washington, Wyoming. 2 of those, Texas and Washington, run substitute regimes. Texas has a franchise tax. Washington has a business and occupation tax on gross receipts. Module 18.9 walks the substitutes in detail. The relevant point here is that a no income tax state is not a no state registration state, and assuming it is gets coaches in Texas and Washington in trouble. Withholding and state unemployment insurance both wait for the same trigger: payroll. If you're a solo coach with no employees, neither account applies to you today. Skip both. The minute you hire a W-2 employee, both accounts open at once, and they open before the first paycheck cuts, not after. An associate coach put on payroll for 20 hours a week triggers withholding registration and state unemployment registration on the same day. A 1099 contractor for website work does not. The trigger is W-2 employment specifically. The decision tree compresses to a small table you can read in 15 seconds. Solo coach in an income tax state. Register for state income, skip withholding, skip unemployment. Solo coach in a no income tax state. Confirm whether a franchise or gross receipts substitute applies and skip the other 2. Coach with W-2 employees. All 3 accounts open before the first paycheck. The table fits on 1 row of work for most people watching, because most people watching are in the first row. The reason to register before you need to file is a portal processing delay that nobody warns you about. Some state door portals run a review on new business accounts that takes a week or two before the account becomes active. If you register reactively on April 14th because the return is due April 15th, you find the portal in process in limbo with no way to file on time. Registering proactively the month after you form the entity means the account is fully active and ready when the deadline comes around. Cost is the time to fill the form. Open a browser before the next video and run two searches. Your state's name plus Department of Revenue plus business registration. Bookmark whatever official agency page comes up. If a separate registration portal exists, and in most states it does, create your business account today. If your state is one of the few that auto-created the DOR account when you filed the entity, find the business account number in your formation documents and add it to your founding pack record. That record is where every account number lives from now on.